How does a top 10 controller player fare on the cross-input ladder? Let's find out. In this match, we've got Magic Mocha against Janandez. Mocha was number 5 on the controller leaderboard when this game was played, and Janandez, he's around 1150 cross-input elo. Remember though that a typical player, the biggest chunk of population is between 900 and 1000, and there's a pretty sharp drop-off in population starting around 1050. So while we're nowhere near the top pros and skill level here, 1150s are very solid players who would handedly dispatch most of the player base. The reason I'm harping on this is because it's awesome that controller players are already securing above average ranks. This game is still super new for controller, and the skill level, it's only going to climb with time. It's not like I'm expecting anyone to be competing in S-tier tournaments on their Xbox anytime soon, or possibly even ever if we're being honest, but the skill ceiling for controller is pretty high and we're just getting started. Alright, so in this match we've got Mayans versus the Bengalis, and that's not a matchup I was expecting to see. Janandez probably randomed into them, as Bengalis aren't really very popular for open maps 1v1. Conversely, I'd kind of be surprised if Mocha mains an Archer Civ on controller, but maybe his micro's on point. I've only been able to watch a handful of higher elo controller games so far, as there's no way that I know of to filter in the spectator browser for only Xbox or only high elo. So I'm not really totally sure how many top level controller players are really using Archers a lot. But I mean, since my last video where I said no one uses them, I've actually faced them almost every game. But all right, anyway, so if you do want to try out Archers on console, my best tip would be to use the bumpers to tap them and do stop micro. So you tap RB and LB together as you retreat, and you can hit and run. So with smaller groups, like in box formation, they'll mostly focus single targets too, because like they're almost stacked on top of each other, so the enemies are likely to be the same distance away, so they all target the closest one, which will be the same. Sometimes they don't, and sometimes it sucks, but that's the best way I figured out how to do it so far. But if you've got some Archer tips, if you're a better controller Archer player than me, like let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to micro Archers on the controller. So another method that I've seen some players recommend is if you alternate moving with your A button and attack moving with X, which that doesn't feel as good for me, but I guess some other people prefer it. And it is possible to just manually pick your targets like the way you would with a mouse, but that's pretty slow and awkward on the controller. It might be easier with high speed sensitivity settings, but I have my pan set at like 9% because it makes the slower pan feels better for most of the rest of the game for me. But for someone wanting to main Archers, maybe going with that high sensitivity and just relying on flick shots could work. A control idea that I think might be kind of cool is if you could like drive the Archers with your left stick and then aim with the right, like sort of like like a GTA drive-by. Is this deer gonna troll? Let's see how's this go here. Pushing deer on the controller is hard, dude. But can we do it? Can we do it? No, man, the zebra's trolling hard all the way around the wood line. Like, no, you're not gonna eat me today, bro. This is not your day. Hope you weren't that hungry. Gonna push this one. Take two. Take two. Maybe try the ostrich. The zebra are in an uncooperative mood. Let's eat ostrich today. All right, we're still going zebra, but Janandez, remember, he's already left his base to scout. So like we're getting behind in information here, focusing on this. Especially trying to do this, the 2-for-1. Let's see if he pulls this off, doing the boar lore and the zebra at the same time. And yep, the zebra's headed back. The rhino looks good though. But yeah, that's a big reason why, like, addition to the scouting, that a lot of the times I'll just mill the deer even, because it's hard with the limited APM on controller to be pushing and luring at the same time and keeping the TC running everything else you're trying to do in the Dark Age. All right, taking a look back here at Janandez's base, he's got the second rhino in, not quite as cleanly lured as the first, but it seems like he's actually going to forgo the zebra and the ostrich altogether there. But we've got the nice little TC wall coming in there. Maybe we'll see like a horizontal piece here protecting the gold as well. And he's got the scout out already. He's found Mocha. And it looks like Mocha is headed out to scout now. I think we gave up on those deer. As the population, it's all tied up at 20, as both players are thinking about heading up to Feudal Age at this point, where we'll probably see Archers from the Mayans. Mayans are pretty dope. Their resources last 15% longer, which is a really good bonus in 1v1, and you start the game with an extra villager, so it's common to see early loom, and they get cheaper Archers too, maxing out at a 30% discount in the Imperial Age. Mayans also get the Plumed Archer, which is a badass unit. It's sort of like a tanky Cav Archer. It's not quite as fast, but you get Pierce Armor. And Mayans, speaking of tanky units, they get Eagles with Eldorado, so a ton of HP. But as far as infantry goes, they miss Champion altogether. Both players are, though, on the way up to Feudal Age, and we got the barracks already down for Janandez, so he's probably thinking men-at-arms and archers here. All right, so we talked a little bit about the Mayan bonuses, but the Bengalis, they're probably best known for having the monk bonus with 3+3 on their armor, but their elephants are also very good, getting almost all the upgrades along with resistance to conversion. And their tech Mahayana also now applies to monks, meaning your monks and your villagers take up less population space. So Mayans weren't actually changed that much in the big patch. Eagles were of course adjusted across the board, but Mayans didn't really get any civ-specific adjustments. Good scouting here, better late than never. He saw the gold mines, he sees the flags up on the barrack, so Mocha should know what's coming. He knows that the men-at-arms are on the way. Let's see how he handles this. So, I mean, what I would do, easy to say, you know, when you're watching, not playing, is small walls around the wood and around the berries, around your gold. Or, if you're a big Chad, just go completely open, just rely on the quick walls. So those sick traps, bro. All right, so we do have the barracks, though, coming up for Mocha. Maybe a little late, probably straight archers for him. Militia's coming out on the way, and Mocha sees it. He's got the eagles right there. So, oh no, he's not going to come back and take this fight. Oh no, nobody, no. Run away, run away, run away. Don't take this fight, don't take, oh, come on, man. The hill's not going to be enough there for 4 versus 1. And, well, maybe? Okay, Janandez, he wasn't maybe paying attention at first, but yeah, there we go. So Eagle goes down. No? Yep, Eagle goes down. So the scout's going to get away with low HP, which might end up being significant here, but Revenge Lion! Revenge Lion! So the Lion's on team controller here, chipping a little bit of HP off that front militia there, and splitting them up. The scout's sneaking around the back, while the men-at-arms, timing coming in perfectly as he arrives in the base, the men-at-arms are coming around through the front. So maybe we're going to see some scout blocking, but no, on the wrong side of the lumber camp. And as this villager stood, he missed it, he clicked the lumber camp. Scout does get some hits, get some blocks. Is it going to be enough? Is the villager going to get back in the TC? No, he goes down. All right, Janandez headed over to the berries here, looking for some more damage, but the villagers are coming over. Gonna hit that scout. Like, nah, bro, get out of my base. And we're gonna commit to the Vil fight, taking out all of the men-at-arms, it looks like, but the villagers, you see, they don't have attack stance, like they just stand there. And just stand there. So the men-at-arms, they are all gonna go down for Janandez, but huge value, 6-4 on the KD. Absolutely worth it, I think, forcing that idle time, getting those kills. Janandez, he's in the lead right now. He's got a little bit ahead in score, and wow, big villager lead, 27-19. So the KD's close, but that was absolutely worth it as he was able to keep producing villagers the whole time through that fight, and he's got a big eco lead now. And continuing to wall off his base at home, and we got the blacksmith, got the range. Archers haven't showed up to follow up yet, so maybe Mocha's got a chance to get in some counterattack damage here. But until we see that counterattack, Bengalis, they're an interesting civ, and they're not that popular, which is kind of disappointing to me, as they seem to have maybe more potential than players give them credit for. They do feel awkward to play, as they don't get knights or cav archers, so the men-at-arms into archers play that we saw from Janandez is probably their strongest opening, and they do get arbalest and all the blacksmith upgrades, but no thumb ring, so the Mayans will eventually gain a tech advantage and can outmass more easily with their discount. Mocha is on the second range, getting that second range up here, so already ahead in military numbers, and that could maybe even continue to increase if we get further into the game and take great advantage of that bonus, as it increases each age further, capping out at 30% in Imperial. So I talked about the plumed archer a little bit. The Bengalis actually have a pretty cool unique unit also, but it's hardly ever used. Probably because it's complicated, it switches between ranged and melee attacks, which means that it takes a ton of different upgrades to max it out, and it gets bonus damage from like every possible counter unit. So it's weak against skirms, and pikes, and samurai, and Genoese crossbow, and camels, and camel archers, and huskarls, and ghouls, and probably a few other things that I forgot. Armor classes are tricky though. This game has so much to learn. I feel like I know like nothing about it, despite playing since I was 12. I mean, did anyone else literally read that, like, a big, thick, like, paperback Age of Kings book, like, manual cover to cover, it had, you know, history and stuff in it, too? Like, I probably read that thing 3 dozen times, at least. It's pretty much my favorite book. Anyway, the armor classes are how the game knows which bonus damage applies. So, Rathas are cavalry archer, and unique unit. So that's why they get bonus damage from all those different possible counters. Sneaky with the archers this time, coming all the way around the backside here. Janandez, he's got some tricks up his sleeve, man, coming around with his sneaky stuff. But he's got the armor coming in, got padded archer armor. He's already got fletching, so +1 on both, but the attack and the defense. Mocha, I don't think has his blacksmith up yet, so we'll have a big tech advantage for Janandez going into this one, as it looks like he's maybe going around the backside of that wood line there. He does see the gold now, and headed for the gold. All right, so that first villager is going to go down, but now we're shooting the mining camp. All right, so big mistake by Janandez there, giving Mocha the chance to react and get his villagers back into the TC. If Janandez was on point, he could have got a pick there, at least one. So maybe the 3 called out of position, and his low HP, is he going to go down? Is he going to go down? And sorry to cover the fight with the map there. I was trying to see what Mocha was doing. He had an army out across that was going in to attack on Janandez's base that he's actually deciding to bring back now to defend. Which, I'm not sure about that. Maybe since you've got, 3. Yeah, you got 3 ranges now. Just pop out a couple skirmishers, maybe drop a tower to cover your gold, and you're good. Just go attack, just go pressure. If you're not, Janandez, you can see it on the score. He's got the macro lead. He's dead by 7 villagers. Like, you got to get in there and do some damage at this point, or the game's over. It's going to be GG. The army is here to defend now, though, and we got Mocha. He's scrambling up that blacksmith. He's going to lose some villagers here, trying to get the blacksmith up maybe a little preemptively while he's still got the 3 enemy archers in the base who are going to get another pick. And Mocha is going to clean this one up here. Big numbers advantage now with the archers at home. Half the group's not fighting, but still more than enough there to take out the 3. And Mocha's got maybe 1 shot here for the big counterattack before Janandez hits the castle age and gets that big power spike with the crossbows. Mom spaghetti moment coming up here, man. Let's go. That cheaper production bonus, though, could continue to be significant for the Mayans, as Mocha still has the unit lead. And 3 ranges up, but not actually producing right now, focusing on the upgrades. We've got the fletching, armor, and town watch coming in all right now. We're close to castle age here. You see Janandez has about 700 food, so we could see the click up here in a minute, and going into castle age, that discount for the Mayans, that gets even bigger. So Mocha really, he could come back here and capitalize on that advantage with the cheaper production, and you just got to go all in, just churn them out, just lean on that bonus, produce as many as you can, just produce. I'm rooting for you, bro. Like, I want to see the controller win here, and a big fight in the middle of the map, and maybe we're gonna run away. That's a good move though. Janandez had the hill, running away smart there, getting the reinforcements from your ranges, taking advantage of, you got defender's advantage when you're close to your buildings, queuing out more units right into the fight. And this is gonna be a good one for Mocha. He's getting all kinds of kills here. Huge damage. We're going to tie up that KD. We're going to push him back and get that big W for all the controller players out there. All right, come on. Pushing him back. He's headed back up the hills. Is Janandez going to stop here on the hill and defend? And no, he's still running back. Hit and run. There's the micro there. So you could tell the micro difference with the keyboard and mouse there. That we haven't seen much micro from Mocha really, and that hit and run was pretty nice, taking advantage of the hill while you've got the lesser numbers, retreating but still getting some shots in, and he's clicked up to castle age. If he can hold on, if Janandez keeps this archer ball alive long enough to get the crossbow bodkin, the power spike there, like, it's gonna be tough to come back, bro. Like, we're fighting uphill here. Oh, literally now as well as figuratively. I mean, a kind of sick wall here from Janandez that it's just the wall leads right up to the hill, still like forcing the attacker to come in and like take bonus damage. And with the skirmishers out now too, like he's probably going to be able to hold here, but like, oh, come on. Like, I want to see the push. I want to see the big, like all the villagers going down, and we got to get a hole here into the wood line. No, I got no hole there. So Mocha's on the hill now, but is still going to be taking the bonus damage from those skirmishers and hasn't clicked up to castle on his side yet. Still a little bit ahead in the military numbers, about the same on the KD, and still far behind in villagers. And 3 ranges, still churning out the skirmishers for Janandez. And yeah, he's going to be able to hold here. He's going to get his crossbow, going to get his bodkin, and I don't want to give up hope, but it's not looking great for a controller player in this one. Does have the hill holding the middle of the map, but nope, no, we're not going to hold here. We're going to run back and see. We're not getting like the stick and move like what Janandez was doing earlier. We're just retreating here, not getting those pot shots as we run back. And a barracks coming up now. Maybe we're thinking eagles. Eagles would be a strong switch with the pierce armor against the archers, and most of the wall up there. Mocha's almost fully walled. He could scramble those walls up and be totally protected. To just try and make something happen, maybe with the eagle switch, maybe some of your own skirms, like maybe a counterattack, but still going pure archers uphill into the skirmishers here and soon to be into the +2 crossbows. That's not going to cut it. We gotta do something. We gotta make something happen here. Janandez, he's just gonna camp out on this hill, wait for the upgrades, hit that timing. That might be all there is to this one. So yeah, still producing. He's got all three of his ranges working on Janandez's side, still getting kills here. It's 22 to 26 on the unit numbers, 26 to 19 on the KD. So Janandez, he's just pulling further and further ahead here as the game goes on. Check out that queue. He's got tons of stuff producing right now, but is it going to be enough? We're pretty far behind it in population, almost a 20 population lead for Janandez at this point. And we do have the infantry armor in, so the Eagle switch is on the way, but it might be too little too late. We do have some Eagles starting to come out now. The wall's still not up, just one villager working on it there. And Janandez still maintaining production with the crossbows out of 3 ranges here. And Eagles in Feudal Age, they're not the greatest. There's still the Eagle Scout, and when you advance up, you get, I think, a +3 right away on the Eagle before you even upgrade to Warrior. And they produce faster, I believe, in Castle Age also. So it's a little bit of like a long play, like a build-up that you're not going to get the benefit as immediately, but having that mass going into Castle Age can make that transition even stronger when it hits. University up for Janandez now, so we're going to see ballistics. The tech advantage here is just going to continue to get stronger as these crossbows are cleaning up Mocha's archers, and GG. So well played, both players there. Awesome to see the archer play on the controller, and it's a tough challenge, rising up to the level of the players on the PC cross-input ladder. But no GG from Janandez here. Come on, man. Now see, if this was another Xbox player, I would kind of understand it, because not everyone actually knows how to open the chat menu yet. But it's left trigger and start is how you do that. And then you can type from your phone too after you select the text input in the game. So if you're a controller player out there and you've not been saying GG, now you got no excuses. Now you know how.